This is how you lose 25 plus pounds, shape your body, and keep the results forever without giving up what you love or losing your mind. I'm gonna need you to stop trying everything you see on social media and just do this simple 4-phase process. Save this video so you can refer back to it throughout your journey and help a guy out by sharing this with 3 friends so they can make progress too. This will work for you regardless of your age. If you're in perimenopause, menopause, if you have PCOS, insulin resistance, this process will work for you. We do it for hundreds of women in our coaching program, and I want you to be able to use it too. Body transformation must be done in phases. Trying to lose body fat and build muscle at the same time will keep you perpetually stuck. Ignore people who use the word recomp. This is how you recomp. Phase 1 is body fat reduction. This phase can take 6 months to a year depending on where you're currently at. If you're still watching after I just said that, congrats, you're an adult who wants to do this right, instead of gaining and losing the same 30 pounds over and over. Body fat reduction requires a caloric deficit, which simply means at the end of the day, your body doesn't have excess material, aka calories, left over. So it has no choice but to consume its own body fat to keep running. If you eat so much excess that there's calories left over, your body doesn't have a reason to consume its own body fat. There's calories to use. Make sense? Cool. To be in a caloric deficit, take your goal weight in pounds, multiply that by 12. That's your calorie goal. Plug that into MyFitnessPal and ignore the recommendations from the app. Those recommendations are for the general populace. You have specific goals. If you're on the shorter side, like 5'3" or under, try current weight times 10. That tends to be more sustainable for those of you who are shorter. You don't have to hit this calorie goal perfectly. You just need to be within a range of it consistently. So if your number is 1,800, for instance, average between 1,600 to 2,000 calories over the course of time. Outside of your calorie goal, the one thing that matters most is your protein intake. For your protein goal, you can take your goal weight in pounds and multiply it by 0.7, or you can just aim for 100 grams or more. Either one will work. The more protein you eat, the better your progress will be. You really can't eat too much protein, unless it puts you over your calorie goal. But even if that happens, you're still okay. Your protein goal will stay the same throughout this entire process, unless you want to increase it, which is fine. It will only help you. For carbs and fat, it truly does not matter. Your eating is meant to fluctuate according to real life. And it makes no sense to set a specific carb or fat goal when it doesn't impact your results. So just focus on your protein goal and your calorie goal. Yes, this means tracking your food, but you don't have to. If you can lift a certain weight more than 12 times easily, increase the weight. If you can only lift a weight 3 to 6 times, decrease the weight. Always use a weight that challenges you within the 8 to 12-ish rep range. If you do a little less, that's fine. If you do a little more, also fine. Again, don't overthink this. If you have limited equipment at your home, make what weight you have more challenging by slowing down your reps. For instance, count to 4 on the descent of a squat. Your workouts should not be complicated. Just get stronger from wherever you're currently at. So if you're brand new to lifting and can only do body weight, great. Do that until you can add weights. You really only need a set of dumbbells and a bench to transform your entire body. Everyone sucks at something the first few times they do it, and weight training is no different. Get uncomfortable, push yourself, and if you have kids, do it in front of them to cement it as a value in their lives. They need to see mom working out, even if that means doing lunges around the living room while they watch Bluey, Blippi, or Peppa the Pig. 3 workouts per week is plenty. If you can't do 3, then do 2. If you can't do 2, do 1. 1 is better than 0. You don't need a full hour either. You just need to push your intensity beyond what you did last workout. For instance, if you squatted 100 pounds for 10 reps last week, either go for 100 pounds for 11 or 12 reps, or increase to 110 pounds and go for the same amount of reps. Simply scale whatever you're doing to progressively make your body adapt to a new challenging stimulus. Don't overthink it. Just get stronger. You need to stay in phase 2 as long as possible. The longer you stay in the building phase and the more muscle tissue you build, the better the rest of the process will go and the easier this will be for the rest of your life. I recommend staying in phase 2 for at least 8 months to a year plus. You only increase calories when your strength plateaus, and you only increase calories by about 100 at a time. We do it this way to minimize the chances of gaining excess body fat during this phase. Full transparency, you will gain a little body fat during this phase. That's okay. It's worth it for the strength and the muscle tissue that will benefit your body forever. So keep the big picture in mind. If you're gaining more than half a pound per week on average, decrease calories by about 100 and keep training hard. Once you've stayed in phase 2 for 8+ months and you've substantially increased your strength,